Hey guys, welcome back. This is going to be episode 5. I know it's been a while since I made a video. I apologize. I've just been real busy working on the house and also on my personal life. So we'll be covering quite a few things today because there has been a lot of progress that has been made. First, we'll start with the trusses installation. We'll be also covering plumbing rough-in, electrical rough-in, a mini split that I installed myself, Mr. Cool system. It's a DIY system we'll be going over. Fireplace installation, garage door installation, front door installation, and kind of what else we got going on, just a rough idea. Good walk around the whole exterior, breaking down everything that's going to be coming and happening over the next few weeks. So stick around. I appreciate you guys coming back to the channel since like I said before, I do know it's been a while. So let's get started and jump right in. Alright guys, we're going to start at the front of the house. We're going to start with the garage install. So what we ended up having was the 12-foot garage door installed on the far side for my truck, and then we have two 10-foot ones. They are CHI garage doors. Quality is very high. We're very happy with them. They're fully insulated because we are going to be heating the garage, just so I can work in there and do what needs to be done. We did end up trimming out the garage doors with cedar. I personally stained them with, it's called Cappuccino from Sherwin-Williams, to match the front door and also to match the garage doors. So we're very happy with how it came out. As you can tell, there's a adjustment that we ended up making. You can see the stone that we ended up adding. Originally it was supposed to be siding, but at the last minute we kind of decided to go with stone just because personally I just think it would look better, so that's why we did it. A little more pricey, but overall I can't complain with how it's starting to come out. Everything's starting to come together. It's starting to actually look like a house, and we're pretty excited. So let me take you over to the front door and we'll kind of go over that. Alright, we are at the front door. It is a knotty alder door. It is 8 feet high by 6 feet wide. It's basically the biggest door we could get for that entryway. We really like it. What we ended up doing was actually staining it to match the same color as the trim around the garage doors, and also to match the garage doors. So I'll kind of break this up and kind of give you a better detailed look at it. But so we ended up going with the dual doors. We did go over budget on the dual doors, but I feel like that was a very focal point of the house, and I think overall it's totally worth it. So if you guys are in the same position as us and you guys want a double door, I highly recommend it. I think it adds a tremendous amount of curb appeal to the house. So I would highly recommend it. Let's jump into going around the roof structure, going over the trusses, how they installed it, what they installed. If you guys can tell behind me, the roof has been installed. We ended up going with black onyx for the shingles. There's some parts of the roof that we end up adding standing seam, which is a steel roof. It's very expensive, but I think it adds a good curb appeal and value add when it comes to aesthetics of the house. If you could tell, above the eyebrows on the garage and on the top right before you hit the gables, we did standing seam, and we also did it over here in the front of the house. So I think overall it is worth the extra money for the standing seam, just for cosmetics really. If you can tell, we'll go to the back of the house and we'll kind of start going through everything else that has been done on the back side. We'll go over a few things on the inside and go from there. Alright guys, we're gonna go upstairs in the bonus room above the garage. This is where I actually installed the mini split system by Mr. Cool. It's a DIY system. The main reason we ended up going with a mini split system up in this bonus space was actually because it was significantly cheaper for us to just run it that way, and also we can isolate the temperature, we can manipulate the temperature for this one specific room since we're not going to utilize it all the time. That was a huge reason why we did go with the mini split system. If we ran a return ducts up here, and also if we ran the ductwork to get air and heat up here, it would have been roughly $3,000 more expensive because we would have to upgrade the unit, and also just for them to get the ductwork up here would have been a pain for them. So this is why we ended up going with the mini split system. I'll give you a quick rundown of what we did and how we did it. We ended up installing this mini split system. The reason you see the line set curving down and then it goes through the floor into the garage, out of this channel, goes all the way down, and it goes right out there. And I will show you the back side of the house on how it works. This is the mini split installed. We still do have to do some electrical work to it, but we're not going to be touching that until after the siding is on. So we left everything temporarily installed where we can remove it and put it all back together once the siding is installed. So let's hop on to the next thing. At the back of the house, you could tell our whole back patio has been tarped off. They do this so they can heat the area, so they can lay the stone. It is December. It's pretty cold here where we live in Ohio, so they have to heat the area before they can stone, otherwise it won't adhere to the actual mounting surface. So let's kind of go over and I'll kind of walk you through that back patio section, what kind of progress has been made back there. This is actually one of my most exciting pieces of the house that I'm most excited for. I think it's going to be a very nice section for us to just kind of hang out, entertain, and also just hang out and watch our kids play in our backyard. So let's start going over that. I'll get back in this tarp. I'll have to crawl through it since it is pretty secure. So I'll meet you guys on the top of the back patio. Alright, we're in the back patio. As you could tell, it's just a big closed off section right now. If you can tell behind me, there is stonework that has gone on and has been installed, which this was also something last minute. That was actually supposed to be board and batten siding. I ended up upgrading it to stone. Yes, it's a little more pricey, but I think overall it's totally worth the value, and I think that it's going to come out very nice once it's done. Also, you can tell behind me that our sliding doors have all been installed, additional to all the windows around the house. This has been a while ago. Like I said, I just haven't had the time to make videos like I wanted to, unfortunately. But if you guys have any questions of the progress that has been made, or any questions about the steps that have already been taken, I'll do my best to get back to you and help you as much as I can. Just leave a comment down below. If you could, since you're there, subscribe. I would appreciate it. I'm going to try to get back into the routine of making these videos. It'll be nicer because it's been cold out and kind of crappy weather. So most of the progress that will be in the upcoming videos are actually going to be interior. So that's something we're very much looking forward to as this build progresses. Let's go over the sliding doors. What we ended up getting was Pella windows, Pella sliding door right behind me. That is a 16-foot sliding door that meets next to a 8-foot sliding door, and then a big glass door that actually leads to our master bedroom. And also one thing that we added, which I'm looking forward to, and just kind of a nice hangout space, is a fireplace. That's all going to be stoned as well. There's going to be a chase going out, and then that's going to be stoned as well. So there's going to be a lot of stone on this house, but I think it's totally worth the expense because I think it's going to add tremendous amount of value to the house, and we just can't wait to see what it looks like once it's done. We do have our cedar beam that's been installed. Temporary legs have been installed on these little knee walls. What's going to go on these knee walls is I'm actually going to be doing like a built-in grill slash bar area, which will also be nice. We'll have a mini fridge out here. We'll have a built-in grill section, and then we'll also have a bar area that there will be seating and you can overlook into the backyard. Like I said, this is one of my most exciting spaces, and I can't wait for it to get done because I think it's going to be a very good place to entertain. And also, I don't know, I'm excited for it. And then you can't tell, I would show you, but there's nothing up there. We are going to have ceiling speakers throughout this back patio, throughout some portions of the house as well. That was a last minute decision, but it beats a little jukebox. But I think that will be a nice little touch. The ceilings are going to be tongue and groove. I'm currently staining them myself right now, so it's taking a little longer than anticipated due to the amount of boards we have and need, because it's not only this roof, it's also for the front porch and also for the porch that we put over the walkout basement on the side of the house. So let's get inside and we'll kind of go over the fireplace, we'll go over electrical, and we'll start with plumbing. So let's get started. Alright guys, we're in the family room now. As you can tell behind me, we ended up actually going with one of the largest fireplaces we could actually purchase for the inside. It's larger than anticipated, but I think overall it'll come out nice once it's done. What we're going to end up doing is we're going to have the fireplace there, and then we're going to have built-in shelving and cabinets running along this wall, and then we'll hopefully have floating shelves. I still have to convince the wife of that idea, but we'll see. And then also on the other side, we'll have the same concept. We'll have the shelves going across, and then we'll have the floating shelves going across as well. So hopefully it'll all come to what I'm envisioning. And then this is an angle of the front door from the inside of the house. It is a vaulted ceiling in the entrance, which we're going to have custom beams that are going to be cross-membered. It's hard to explain. Once you guys see it in the final, I hope you guys like it. I hope I like it, but I think I'm going to enjoy that part of the house as well. It's something I've envisioned for quite a while, and it's starting to come to life. Is really starting to get exciting, I should say. Behind me, we actually have the fireplace for the exterior patio, but we have not installed it yet because the chase needs installed before then, and we're just kind of have a hard time to get our framer here just due to him being busy, him having other projects going on, and also temperature and weather and snow and rain and all the fun stuff that happens in December here in Ohio. One day it's 60, the next day it's 10, so you never know what you're going to get. And then also one thing we did end up adding, I didn't say we're going to cover it, but we will, might as well since it is a step, very important step actually. Insulation throughout the entire house, the whole roof, the whole vaulted, basically everywhere, the whole thing. The exterior walls are R19 insulation, and then what I end up having them do is for the living room area where we're going to have TVs and where we're going to have noise, I soundproofed any bedroom that is exposed to this area. So we end up putting rock wool, which is, it's not technically soundproof, but it's very dense insulation, which is going to help prevent sound to get through to the bedrooms in case we put the kids down or we go to bed, or one of us go to bed and we want to watch TV. We're not going to have to worry about keeping the volume on 2 and not waking up anyone. So sorry, my camera was out of focus, but so basically the point of the rock wool is to prevent sound from waking up people during nighttime, and if the kids are sleeping we don't have to worry about them waking up due to the TV or us being loud or anyone being loud in the livable area that the bedrooms are technically attached to. Let's go to the basement. I don't know how much you guys are gonna be able to see due to it being dark down there, but I do have a light down there, so I'll kind of give you a rundown of what has been done up down there, and we will catch you in the basement. Alright guys, we're in the basement. I'm going to try doing my best of giving you guys a rundown of what's going on down here. We're minimal on lighting. I only have one light that's lighting up part of the basement. So we ended up having our rough-in electric installed. We're actually still waiting for our panel to be installed due to me upgrading the house to a 400 amp service. They're having issues getting the box for that. The meter neck actually, or something like that. So we've been chasing that for the last month, and hopefully we got one last week, so it should be installed, actually sorry, earlier this week, so it should be installed this week. If it's not installed Friday, which is today, it'll be installed next week, so we'll have finally get power onto the house, because right now we're actually running our sump system to keep water out of our basement through our neighbors. So thankfully our neighbors being nice enough to let us use their electricity for the time being, and yeah, we just appreciate it. So HVAC ducts, your returns have been installed. Your trunk lines, your HVAC ducts, your return, all of that has been installed not temporarily, the permanent, but there's still a lot of runs that need to be made. There's our furnace, our air conditioner. It's actually running to the back side of the house as well, which is nice because it's out of the way. It's not going to be in the way of any type of kids play, or it's really just going to be kind of in a dead space of the house, which is nice. Behind us, we actually ended up going with a tankless water heater. With a family of 5, I figured we might as well do this route. It's a little more pricey to get this, but I think overall it's going to be well worth its value, because I don't have to take any showers or anything that's going to be cold, because we'll literally have limitless of hot water, which is very nice. I did personally actually run the gas lines with some help from some family members. I ran the gas lines, so that's finally all done as well. We did leave a T at the back of the house, because when we build a barn and a, oh, don't mind my shadow. When we build a barn and when we build hopefully an in-ground pool and all that, we'll have plenty of gas. We end up upsizing the entire gas line, so there's not going to be any type of volume issues when it comes to getting gas to certain places. I'll also kind of show you guys in the garage the gas line that we installed for the heater. I ordered a 50,000 BTU heater. It might get dark because I'm going to be walking up from the basement into the garage. I ended up actually ordering a 50,000 BTU heater specifically for my garage, in case the barn is a little further behind than what we wanted. If you could see here, actually, this is all the tongue and groove ceiling wood that needs stained, that hopefully we'll have drywall this week, and we'll have heat in here, and then I can stain it. That way I don't have to have any issues with the curing process of the stain, because I've done a couple in the cold, and it almost feels like they started coming spotty. The more I went on, the colder it was, the colder it got. So I was waiting for the heat to kick on. Hopefully here soon we'll have heat, we'll have electric, and we'll have lights. So that's 3 major things that I'm pretty excited for. So if you could tell right there, we kicked the gas line out from the ceiling, so we actually have it running. Whoop, I don't know if you could tell. We have it running all the way over and all the way back and then down. Oh, over there, yep. And then it's going into the basement, running through joists, running all the way down the foundation. We tried concealing as much as we could, because we don't want any exposed things hanging from the ceiling, because it is going to be finished eventually. It's just a matter of time. So let's get to the inside. I'll kind of give you guys a rundown of what's going to be happening over the next week or two, and hopefully, I'm really hoping that I will be recording and be able to get videos out more frequently during the finish process. So as you could tell, drywall has been delivered throughout the entire house, which it's a lot of drywall. So according to my timeline, I was told the drywall will be about a week of hanging and about 1 to 2 weeks of finish, which will be your mud, and then we got to paint, and then we install electric, and then flooring, and then we finally get to the exciting stuff, the finishing features. Custom cabinets are coming in. If you buy pre-order, they were saying it's around 6 months out, which we can't wait 6 months. We don't want to wait till summer to get in here. So everything's going to be custom. There's a few things that aren't, but most of the important stuff is our kitchen, our master, and then the boys' room and the Mila's room. They'll all be pre-made that we'll order like on Wayfair, who knows wherever we find something we like. So this is going to be the end of the video. I hope I covered everything. I don't know if I did. I'll have to rewatch everything and edit it. My camera's about to die, so I appreciate you guys following along. I'm sorry it's been a while since I made the last video. If you could, please like it, please subscribe. If you have any questions, list it below. I really do appreciate you guys tuning in, and I'm sorry once again for the 10th time probably that I haven't been more on my game when it comes to making videos for you guys, and also for me too. I wanted to record every process because, like I said in the very first video, there's not much information on YouTube that has good content for custom home builders that do it themselves. So I do have a project manager that I hired, and they take care of the day-to-day stuff, but overall every decision that is made is technically going through me and the wife. So I appreciate you guys tagging along with the journey of this build, and I will catch you guys in episode 6, hopefully within the next 2 weeks. I'll keep you guys posted, and I will see you guys next time. I appreciate you guys tagging along. You guys have a good one.